All right, me, Latvian Dragon. How do you pronounce your
It
new
still says it's live.
Physics.
Fizdix?
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yes, Fizdix.
Cause I know that I'm a gay fish, yo.
So the
So what was the name of this one? It was like TOB1, right?
TOB1.
Which
It was
focuses on a force-sensitive droid who wants to be a Jedi.
yeah. It was animated by Science Saru. And it was written by Yuichiro Kido and directed by Abel Gongora. It's it's definitely what is most influenced by is Astro Boy.
Yeah, especially towards the end of the episode, which we'll
Yeah,
get to in a bit. The first time the started and I saw the old man, and I was just like, "This is basically Pinocchio in space."
yeah,
It feels in the Star Wars
yeah.
universe.
yeah. It also looks like a bit like Professor Light from the Mega Man games. But
Yeah, you could say it was also maybe inspired by Mega
Yeah,
Man too, in
yeah.
a way.
And you know what? The professor was voiced by Kyle Chandler, which you also known as the guy that he also has appeared in the last two MonsterVerse Godzilla films. And
Really?
yeah, if yeah, he's a pretty famous actor.
I do know in the band episode with the Star Wavers that Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he voiced the
Yeah.
the Jedi who was the lead singer of the band.
Yeah, Jay.
Yeah. From what I can tell, this episode takes place in between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, kind of like.
Yeah. Since there's still the Empire and an Inquisitor.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, was that Darksider an Inquisitor?
Well, probably.
They never
But,
said it, but it makes sense.
Yeah, it's also kind of weird to see the space shuttle that is used by the First Empire used here. It's like one of the weird things from one of the bizarre things from it, and this episode is kind of bizarre, especially with the whole with all the.
So yeah, what I can get is maybe he was like a Jedi Master or something like that, and he probably was on this planet already doing stuff as like a scientist, restoring things. So he probably didn't fight in the Clone Wars. That's just my headcanon regarding it.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I'm not against the idea of like, Force using droids, like, I kind of headcanon, the droid that he could be like an Iron Knight, like one of those living crystals embedded. That's kind of what I would, headcanon it as.
Yeah, it definitely seems like a cyborg. He's like at the end, he's like showing his metal teeth.
Oh, you're talking about the Inquisitor?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was weird. It's like his teeth are made of stone. He was like this Black Knight, and what's weird is he's an Inquisitor, but he doesn't have one of those helicopter lightsabers.
Yeah, it just has a normal blade.
Man, it was kind of sad when the old guy, the Jedi Master, he died, and he was all alone.
Yeah, and
I wonder, did the droids he built bury him? Because I don't think an Inquisitor would like bury a Jedi. He just kind of leave him.
Yeah, probably.
Makes sense to me, anyways. I guess one issue I kind of had was, the droid. He kind of just like built the lightsaber and just like used the Force immediately. Like we got to see him like do a lot of the research, but do you think that doing that research in a way and seeing life helped them kind of connect with the Force?
Maybe.
Because I got that impression that's what happened. And it kind of reminded me of, if you play KOTOR 2, there's like the Telos restoration. And I remember if you brought Kreia with you during one part, she would talk about, oh yes, the Force is strong here as like the world is being restored, and she's like, can you feel it? It just reminded me of that.
Yeah.
And I remember earlier you brought up the whole thing, or do you remember in the episode he was just going like, oh, don't go into the basement?
Yeah.
Remember what you said about Blinken?
Yeah. Yeah. Anytime I hear basement, I just I get reminded of that weird skit the Blinker reviews used.
Oh, where he had like the two women in the basement.
Yeah, and many skulls, leftover toys, and all
Oh
that kind of.
yeah, there was like a Qui-Gon Jinn lollipop, and then there's action figures.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, my grandkids come down here to play." As much as I dislike the Plinkett reviews, they kind of grew on me, at least in terms of their humor.
Yeah, the humor is like acquired taste.
Yeah, I think I've watched it so many times. Trying to respond to those, I was just.
Hunter Biden probably goes to those basements.
Oh God. Latvian, did you hear what he said?
What did he say?
He says Hunter Biden probably goes to those basements.
Oh. Ooh. Oh, that was funny.
Yeah, that was good. Oh, Fizdix, what did you think of the episode?
Which one are we talking about?
The one with the Force using droid.
Yeah.
Kind of reminded me of Astro. I mean, it is based off of Astro Boy, so.
It basically was Astro Boy meets Star Wars. Oh, there's something I was gonna say, but it left my mind. What was it?
I like the sound design.
Yeah, and everything kind of had this like really bright, shiny aesthetic to it.
I'm sorry, I'm eating right now.
No, that's okay. I was eating during one of the last videos I did. I think it was the KOTOR one. I had my fish crackers and my lemonade, so you heard the crumbling of everything. What else?
I also like the music in this, especially the montage part.
Oh, where
he's
he's
like,
doing finishing his creator or father master, his research.
Yeah.
The science montage. Basically.
Wait, did. Huh.
Oh, what's up?
I think the soundtrack for the Star Wars Visions is finally released on Spotify.
I'm gonna have to listen to it individually now.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay.
How did you
So-
how much time do you think went by when he was doing the research?
Maybe at least a week.
That would make sense because, like, I was thinking, like, how did the Inquisitor know he was like still there again? Was he still like hanging around in orbit all that time to make sure there wasn't anyone else?
Yeah.
You know what's fun? You know what's kind of funny?
Yeah.
Like, even though this is not canon, canon has done force using droids before.
Yeah.
Because there was a comic where they would like put the like blood of force sensitives or Jedi inside droids, and they would like use the force.
Oh yeah. that
Remember
was
that?
pretty. Yeah, that was pretty wild.
So like, the canon timeline is the only timeline that had like really had force sensitive droids, because like Skippy was never canon, and like the Iron Knights, which is what I'm gonna headcanon this episode, because I'm gonna fit this episode in my personal headcanon when it comes to
Yeah.
the canon timeline. I
Yeah.
just be like, yeah, he's an
yeah.
Iron Knight. He's living crystal and he's in a droid body. Which
Yeah.
maybe the professor found the living crystal if on the planet. He's like, oh, I sense the force in this and it's alive, so I'm gonna put it in a droid body.
Yeah.
And it just so happened the crystal had like the personality of a child.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I would do.
There's also like I kind of theorized like the Toby one is basically like he put the force essence of his former Padawan named Toby into this robot, something like Astro Boy.
Yeah, where like the
Yeah, if
sun got
he's like
killed and you put the essence
yeah.
in. Yeah.
yeah, he put like yeah. But
Because, you know, essence transfer was an ability. Like, even
Yeah.
some Jedi had it.
yeah.
You could have put the. You
Mhm.
could have done that, yeah.
Yeah. So we like the end the video.
Oh, but the
Or-
only problem with that is it did imply that, you know, he like wanted to be a Jedi, so that him being a Padawan might not work. I don't
Yeah,
know.
probably.
All right. Any final thoughts on this episode before we get to the next one?
It's a pretty good episode. It's like it kind of felt okay. It felt like after the Last Jedi, the quality of the shorts gets a bit of a downgrade. Not in animation, but more like the storylines and such.
All right.
This isn't one of them, but the and the next one is probably like one of the second best like terms, but we'll cover it next time.
All right. We'll
Uh,
see you in the next review.
Bye.
Yeah, at obvious, Sam.